fantastic. It's pretty amazing. So we have got our next guest is going to be with us here in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us. 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places. The Mix on Tuesdays. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Twitch, YouTube, the Facebook, and all sorts of things going on. We have got quite the show today. We have got Sam Schultz with us today from Petty Cash. He, of course, is busier than a gerbil in a batting cage. And then we have the fantastic, I'm going to run through them all today because we have got DJ Spawn, the man, the myth, the legend. He is he's like a goat in a hailstorm. He's here. He's making it work. And then, of course, Cluck the Clown and Gary.
I know you woke up from your nap.
Cluck, of course, is...
Oh, whatever. I'll put you back up, I swear. That's only because you want to interview the fighters. Oh, whatever, you kiss ass.
You kiss ass.
Yeah, he likes fighters, you know. He got the attention, so he's going to be out here talking to you guys now. What?
So,
He thought I was going to get beat up by the other guy, and now that I didn't get beat up, he wants to come talk.
So Cluck and Gary are with us, and of course, what can you say about Cluck that hasn't been said by a lot of the wrestling organizations in Kansas?
And that's facts.
Cluck has been kicked out of many wrestling events because he dresses up as a clown. I don't know why.
Whoa. It's not many. It's just one.
Just one. Just one. And then they didn't refund you your free ticket.
No, they didn't refund me for my free tickets. I was ashamed. I was like, are you serious?
So it has been quite the day. And before we get into the thing with our next guest, because I do not want to take away from Jessica's time any more than I am.
No problem.
Cluck's been trying to get me to let him walk me to the ring for a match if I do a smoker fight again. So
I'd love to walk you to the, but
you walk me into the apartment wrestling.
No.
No.
Pay the charity in $1
Not in your G-string. I can't do it.
It's a mankini, not a G-string.
Say what you want.
Okay.
Is this fight in the closet of the apartment, or?
No, this will be probably in the... Okay.
That's where the entryway is.
Wherever the entryway is.
They come out the closet to wrestle.
That's right. I'll come out of the closet for wrestling.
That's the locker room.
But we are going to do this. We are going to go to our next guest. The fantastic Jessica Link is with us. How are you?
Hi.
So you have accomplished a heck of a lot in your short time that I've known you. You're like a history maker. You've good Lord. Run down the resume here briefly for Sam and Cluck.
It sounds way more impressive than it is. So I am the first and only female in the state of Kansas to do bare knuckle boxing. I am still the only one. I am the first and only female from Kansas to do bare knuckle MMA.
Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
It might be Midwest because I know we've got Jenny Savage is out of Tennessee, but a lot of these women are out of Florida, California, Mississippi. I might be the only one in the region. I'm not. I wouldn't put money on it, but at one point that was accurate. For bare knuckle MMA? Oh yeah, I'm the only athlete from Kansas, period. Male or female, to do bare knuckle MMA.
Wow. How the hell did you hook that up?
So the reason I get some of these fights and the reason I sell the tickets and I do all these things, I get the sponsors, I'm annoying. I bother people.
I'm annoying.
I get in people's inboxes. I hit up random people.
Hit up random people.
Right. No, I found out who the promoter was for Game Bread FC, which it's Jorge Masvidal's bare knuckle card.
Yep.
I found out who the promoter was. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, I want to fight. And he's like, okay. That's all it took.
All I had to do is
That's all it took. That's the difference between us. Is he has a fear of people saying no, so he doesn't ask. I don't care if people tell me no. I'm gonna ask anyway.
That's right.
I don't want to bother people.
I like bothering.
She likes bothering people.
I know.
In my short time of knowing her, she loves to bother people.
That's how you get things done.
That's awesome.
You
Congratulations.
got that little like, yeah. You know that little thing you put on children when you're like gonna pull them back? I thought about buying one for her.
Are you talking about the leash backpack?
One of those little leash
Pull on
backpacks.
there and just get back here.
Can it hook to the fanny pack, though?
Ooh,
See, that's the thing.
maybe.
How long have you been doing this?
I didn't like even enter a gym until about 5 years ago.
Damn, that's another person that can kick your ass.
So
Yes, and good thing they don't, have cameras and things when they do sparring. She has kicked my ass several times in sparring.
We don't know that it might be a camera hidden.
so
He hides cameras here.
So
Be
with
careful.
with the 5 years ago starting this thing, which just to, I don't know, rub it in further, I was about 200 pounds when I started this. I
Wow.
find it at 125.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Would have never guessed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's actually, like, it's difficult. I didn't start this until I was, like, late 20s. Because, I mean, I'll be 34 this year.
You don't look it.
I know it.
I know.
But not a single, I've not gone into a fight that I can recall 100%. Like, it's been a while. My BKFC debut was, I was a month and a half post ankle surgery, and I didn't really tell anyone that. Like, I don't think the promotion knew about it. They knew I had an injury, but yeah, I was like a month and a half post ankle surgery for that fight. I screwed up my hand at that fight, and then I went into game bred with a screwed up hand.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've not been 100%
Wow.
for anything. I've had, within that 5-year span of me doing this, I've had knee surgery, I've had shoulder surgery, my ankle just got done. It's not been easy. Right. Yeah, no, I didn't tell the promotion. Like, they knew that, like, I taped my ankle or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't tell them I was a month and a half post ankle surgery because I didn't want there to be any issues. Right. Well, and actually, I fought right before my ankle surgery too, because I got injured about a year ago. I broke my ankle in about 3 places. I severed a tendon. Like, I have nerve damage. Like, I have a very serious injury.
Wow. Holy shit.
I fought, what, a month before my ankle surgery? Yeah, I fought about a month before my ankle surgery and then a month and a half after.
More impressive.
Well, so the doctor told me, which...
She's like the female Terminator saying.
The doctor told me, he goes, it's going to hurt. He's like, you can't damage it anymore unless you re-injure yourself.
Jeez.
He's like, you can't make it worse just by being on it unless it's a whole new injury. He's like, so it's whatever you can tolerate. I'm like, okay.
That's like why these NFL linemen, they have like $10,000 knee braces on each knee. They tore their ACL completely. Well, you can't tear it anymore. I pulled over. I can't pull over any further.
Right,
So you
I
just
love
get a $10,000 brace and you just keep playing.
So, fun fact about torn ACLs, someone on this couch, not me,
That's pointing to his knee.
fully severed his ACL and MCL. And actually the same fight I did right before my ankle surgery. He ended up losing his fight because he fully severed ACL. He's got these massive quads. That's the only thing that, like, he was able to walk. He went in, they did an MRI, like, fully severed, needs repaired, but he's walking around and still fighting on it. Hasn't had it repaired because his legs are just tree trunks. Like, it's protected his knee, and that's the only reason he's still up and moving.
Yeah, that was my Muay Thai fight in Abilene.
Oh, yeah.
We trained nonstop for 9 different opponents that kept backing out, so we were in fight camp.
See,
This is 6 to 8 hours of hard work every day, 5 days a week, you're not supposed to be in fight camp that long. I was in it for 6 months. The overtraining, I fought Wayman Carter, who's like 6'5", 6'6".
Oh yeah, that dude.
So he kicked me, and I was like, okay, I'll kick you back. And
I'll kick you back.
as soon as I kicked him, like as soon as it landed, my knee exploded. Just and so I went to set it down, and I almost went down. Well,
Why another round, did you?
I went almost 4 rounds with him. But yeah, I was hobbling up to him. That's why I was clinching him so much, because I couldn't put any weight on that right leg. And so at the end of the third, he kicked my other leg out from under me because I couldn't post, I couldn't block with it, I couldn't get close to him. And the ref came up and he started counting, and I went to grab him to have him help me up and like kick me off because he knew something was wrong with my knee. He goes, "No, you stand up unassisted." 4. So I went to grab the ropes. He slaps my hand off the ropes. No, you have to stand up unassisted. That's not the rules, fucker. So I tried to grab him, I tried to grab the ropes, he kept slapping me off, and finally, 10. Screw you. I saved you, whatever. I was like, no, it's already, something happened, it's already screwed up.
Yeah. That's messed up.
You know what I
So,
think
yeah.
is fantastic about both of you is you guys go against all the odds with some of these fights where they set you guys up for failure.
Oh yeah, for Jay Jackson.
You guys just constantly.
For Jay Jackson, as soon as Sam said that I couldn't compete because of that knee, they gave me the fight. For Jay Jackson told me if I didn't compete, I'd be taken off the roster. And
See, like with Jessica
that's why I taped it up and just fought.
and Cluck, they constantly put her in with like these
Oh,
supermodel perv magnet chicks.
so
I don't understand
my
this.
my BKFC debut against Carissa Segala. There
Yes.
we go. So
Some
she
perv.
had 7 pro MMA fights. This was her 3rd bare knuckle fight, and it was my pro debut. And so she was supposed to walk through me, and that's not what happened at all. The judges gave it to her on a split decision. I had strangers on the internet, like UFC vets, like active, bare knuckle fighters, messaging me, telling me, "Hey, we think you won that fight." Which, the judges.
Yeah,
do what
because that
judges do.
night we were over covering nightlife wrestling with your friends, Merrick McBalltickles and the rest of them, and Big Will was
Oh yeah.
at the show, and he shows up at the end of it, and I said, "So, who won the Jessica fight?" And he goes, she won, but she's not a big perv, so I gave it to that other chick." And I said, "What?" And he says, "You look at Jessica, she looked like a fighter. She looked like she'd kick your ass." And so, apparently, that might have been the reason why they gave it to
I don't know. I mean, she's not bad at what she does. I don't want to take away from her at all. She just fought and she looked fantastic. But did she? I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. No big
So you've got Crystal Pittman.
deal. Yes.
This poster, or the 2 posters that I've seen.
Look. One of those I edited myself.
Okay.
So the first one,
DJ's.
I emailed them back and said, "Why? Because those pictures are from our immediate post weigh-in photo shoot last
Yes.
time.
Yes.
That luckily Chavez took those pictures. For that fight, he photoshopped all of them because on the poster, I've got a really rad bruise on my face. Yes, that's her. I've got a really rad bruise on my face on this poster because in training, somebody headbutted me. He headbutted me in the face 6 days before the fight. He's
That guy's a fucking prick.
yeah. I guess. So
How dare he?
How dare
So what-
he?
the
You're like combat royalty. What is
so
he doing?
The most interesting thing about my fight camps is, my weight class. I think I am the tallest person in the division. I'm almost
Yes.
5'9". I have not seen anyone my height or taller. I think I am it. with that being
I
said,
admit.
with that being said, all of my opponents are shorter. Their reach is shorter. Okay, well, you've been to JMTK. You've seen the guys from Fox Fitness where I go. You've seen the Wichita Fighters.
Yeah.
I don't have any training partners to allow me to legitimately practice the things that I need to work on. You know, hey, you know, we're using moves X, Y, Z because that's going to work on your opponent. Well, cool, it doesn't work on my training partners because they're all longer than me. They're all taller than me. Well, Isaac, even though he's a little taller than me,
I wasn't gonna say it.
his reach is the equivalent of my opponent's typically. I have the 3 to 4 inch reach advantage over my opponents, and I have a 3 to 4 inch reach advantage over Isaac. So he becomes my he is probably he's my most valuable training partner when it comes to
Damn it, Doolittle.
I know. But when it comes to sparring, he's probably my favorite person to work this stuff with because it's the most realistic thing I'm going to get.
Well, yeah.
Well, because even the other women I have to train with, I have a girl named Faith. She's a fantastic training partner for me. Faith is still big.
Yeah.
Faith walks around, I think, at like 155, 160. She's still
Oh, geez,
big.
yeah.
So he's my best option for training partners as far as
That
realism.
is amazing.
But that poster, he headbutted me in the face. He was going into clinch and just headbutted me in the face.
Clock.
What happened, man?
Let's realistically set this up. I went for a roll and she tried to slip and we bumped into each other.
See? There you go.
And the truth comes out.
So is this like a symbiotic relationship for sparring? Like symbiotic? I screwed that up.
Symbolic.
No, symbiotic.
Okay.
Like is she your 77-inch reach? Like the concussion
She
guy?
does not have 77-inch.
Oh, see, I didn't know if it goes both ways.
So actually,
Checked.
one of my coaches actually is perfect for him because he's like what 6'3", 6'4". He's the same size as his opponent. So luckily, we all found someone to work
That's
with.
cool. See, I think that's like the secret algorithm with these two because he walked in, he's like, I used to be 240. She's like, I used to be 200. And now they're like, you know, on the posters of magazines. I think you just need to find a partner you can kick the shit out of every day, and then you can shed off and get to the perfect body that you want. I think that's the
Oh
key.
no, she yells at me.
You can't do nothing right, huh?
It's too fast. Let me reset. Completely wait for a reset. That's just too fast. Now you're going too slow. Speed it up. Too fast.
Wait, what are we talking about here?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Oh, Clock.
Oh, dude, my mind's been running 100 miles an hour. You just leave me alone.
So, okay,
Can't get the
so
rhythm right.
this Crystal Pittman, once you've gotten past Crystal Pittman, what's next?
You know, if that fight goes the way we hope and think it's going to go, then I just want to keep fighting these girls in this division. I mean, for me, like kind of Isaac said, you know, I'm here to have fun. If I'd have been doing this 10 years ago, you know, yeah, I might be, you know, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the best. But I'm also realistic. I understand at my age, people are retiring from this at my age now.
Yeah.
But I look at, you know, the bare knuckle lineup with a lot of these fighters, and there are a lot of older fighters in the promotion. There's a lot of people in their late 30s, early 40s still doing this. So I think I have a legitimate chance to go out, do well, and have some longevity with it. But I also, I'm very confident in myself, but I also understand that, you know, I'm probably not in the running to, you know, be the next 125 champ.
Yeah.
That's not my goal. If we get somewhere near that, that's cool. But that's not my goal.
That's cool.
That's cool. But my goal is I want to keep going out. I want to keep doing it. You had your segment. Let go. That's, you know, that's my. I just want to do it.
She's a bad chick, dude.
You know, I just want to see what I can do. You know, I'm getting paid to do it. You know, I quit my job last October. Like, I quit my job. I'm a personal trainer. I coach some kids. I work like 10 hours a week. That's about it. I mean, this is my income. So I'm going to see how long I can do that because having a real job sucks.
Yeah. So, you have been in an odd, I see this on social media where you are in an odd back and forth with Dave Rickles over tickets. What in the world is going on with this?
So I just like to egg him on. Because, we're friends. I go.
Yeah.
I pop into his gym every now and then. When I first started training, I'm a brand new kid in the gym, and there's all these big pros in the gym. I've got the David Rickles, the Chris Harris, at the time Ty Ingram. All these guys are in there, and I'm like, oh, these guys are so cool. And then they're telling me, well, one of them in particular, oh, until you're here 6 months, I don't care what your name is. And I'm like, oh, well, that sucks, but I've been there, and I've made friends with all these guys, and we just like to pick on each other because last BKFC fight between him and I don't know if anyone else even came close to selling as many tickets as we did, and so I like to poke at him just because I'm like, oh, you make enough money, you don't need the ticket sales, give them to me, and so we just kind of mess with each other, it's fun.
So, Clock, what do you think of Jessica?
Besides, I don't want to get beat up. You tell me, I'm scared to say something to her. Look at her.
Aww.
She might beat me up.
No, and it's interesting he says that because you saw the weigh-ins with me and Segala, right? All the comments, it was cracking me up because they were like, the dude's gonna win. People were accusing me of being on steroids. I loved it. I was like, yeah.
You know what is?
I was so excited when someone accused me of being on steroids. I was like, fuck yeah.
There was. I think you're gonna know without me saying names. You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But when you were doing the smokers, there was one time somebody, not me or Ernest Bell, so that means there's going to be a third name, he came up and asked me at one point, he's like, is she trying to become a man? And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, well, she gets manlier every time I see her at these shows. And I'm like, what?
I feel like between the people you mentioned, I feel like this is someone who's...
It's someone who lives in Puerto Rico now.
Right. No, I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
And I'm like, I didn't understand it at the time, but now that you bring up the thing about, oh, the man's going to win, blah, blah.
You know what?
Am I not seeing something here?
I love that because I don't understand what makes something girly, not girly. I'm literally a female, therefore, I don't understand it. I think you should be able to present however you want. There's not one like, oh, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. It's stupid. And the person I know who you're talking about has no room to say anything bad about anyone.
Yes.
None. Because between him and I, only one of us has been to prison for touching minors, and it wasn't me.
Woo! Boy!
Clark,
Boy!
that's called a shoot
Woo!
in your world, brother.
Anyway, okay, hey.
Tell me I'm exaggerating?
No.
All right. Hey, so woo! Man, I cannot believe that went there. Hey, okay, I'm gonna jump in this. So what got you into doing this?
A friend of mine used to train at JNTK with Andy Zerger. That's my main gym that I'm out of.
I was at his house yesterday.
Zerger?
It was his mom and dad's.
Oh, were you really?
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, we'll talk later.
Oh, wait.
Mound Ridge.
Yeah, Mound Ridge.
Well, Mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zerg just passed, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, sang at his funeral and everything,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Longtime friends, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But, a friend of mine took me in there. I had some stuff going on, and he's like, well, just come in here, meet Andy, check out the gym. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. Couldn't really afford it at the time, so I waited. I got a different job, and I was like, I'm gonna go do this, and I've just been there ever since.
Right on. How'd you guys meet?
This.
She's talking on Facebook.
Oh, now we see how this happened.
Okay, now we
Boom,
see.
boom, boom. How long you guys been together?
Like a year.
That's awesome. Right on.
What I always think is funny about Jessica, I've known her for a couple years with all these smokers and all this stuff. Any guy that she's ever been associated with, she's always having fun, and they always look bored and not wanting to do anything. And I see the tradition has kind of continued with him, where you're taking selfies and having a good time, and everybody that you're ever like, I guess romantically involved with, are just kind of like
Tired of my shit.
and I'm like, you're a fun chick. Why don't you just always look embarrassed, like, oh, why do I got to do this?
Here's the thing you don't see because I don't take the pictures. It's when I make a dad joke and she walks up and goes, "Get the fuck out." And then I'll be driving away, going back to Manhattan, and I'll like, "I miss you." You didn't say that a few hours ago.
I miss the idea of you. But then you're here, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
Just amazing. So DJ Spawn, what do you think of our combat royalty over there?
Very interesting story. Very, like, you can't even write this. Wow.
She is like a grilled cheese in a Cadillac, stylish but yet classy. She is fantastic.
Odd couple.
It's definitely a power couple. I'll say that.
That was one that was submitted to me by a band, and I just use it every once in a while. That's not an old Catoloism. That grilled cheese in a Cadillac line is not a Catoloism. I wish it was, but it's not.
Classic but fancy? Is that what you said?
What?
You said grilled cheese and Cadillac.
Grilled cheese in a Cadillac, stylish but yet classy.
Stylish but classy. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Melty.
okay, so how quick once you get past Crystal Pittman do you do more bare knuckle, or are you gonna
So I am actually here we go. Segue. So I am set June 3rd. I am set to be the first athlete in the state of Kansas to do sanctioned modified lithway. It's bare knuckle Muay Thai.
Oh my God!
Wow.
They're gonna do that in the United States.
Wow.
They're doing it in Kansas.
Oh wow!
Adam Rohrbach has sanctioned it. Why are you shaking your head?
Because he didn't sanction
It's modified lithway. The only difference is there's no headbutts. That's it.
Yeah.
It's bare knuckle Muay Thai. I love.
Yeah, I've
Muay
seen
Thai.
some of that on, and I'm
love
like,
Muay Thai. I love stand up. My opponent already pulled out, so that he's trying to find.
after listening to her for 10 minutes, I can see why.
Well,
Jesus.
so back to my size.
Yes.
So the girl I was supposed to fight, I watched video of her and I saw her hands, and I actually was like, oh fuck, like I was a little nervous.
You're watching this going, yeah, I
But
might be.
she's 5'1", like Jack. She's 5'1". Sam Kleinbeck's card. He already called me and said she pulled out because she can't go against my kicks. My legs are long. I like to use them. They're afraid of my
Yes,
kicks.
you do.
Yeah.
I've sparred you many a time. Yes, you do.
But they were afraid of my kicks just because of the size variance. They didn't feel comfortable dealing with it. So, because we were looking at being either main or co-main event of the fight. And
That's awesome.
Because it would have been. She had some amazing hands, but my kicks have a lot of power on them, and I got a lot of reach. So it would have been a very interesting matchup. But they pulled out. So he's got to find someone else.
Gotta go back to the drawing board.
But that's what I plan on doing after this. That's June 3rd. It's going to be in Kansas City.
Oh, is that the one that I keep hearing about? The Godsmack is going to be there.
So I don't know where. I don't know where you heard that.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a thing. Nothing was finalized yet, but yeah.
Okay.
But last year I fought 6 times last year. So
Wow.
I'm not on track to get quite that many this year, but I'm going to shoot for at least 4.
That's awesome. So bare knuckle and Lethaway.
Yeah, I got to be honest. It sounds impressive, the bare knuckle Muay Thai, but I don't know if I'm impressed unless it's bare knuckle Muay Thai in a car. Just to be honest.
Bare knuckle Muay Thai in a car.
Yeah,
Jesus.
car bare knuckle Muay Thai. Yeah.
I like it.
She'd be the first female in the
In the history of the world.
to be.
In,
Doolittle, how do you deal with the fact that she's kind of a bigger star than you are?
We go out in public, and
I can see she's
he'll be wearing like a BKFC shirt.
No. This was my question. This was yes. No. Here's what happened.
Oh,
We were at Quick Trip.
Okay.
This has happened a couple times at Quick Trip. I'm looking at all your
Quick Trip. Why does it always happen at Quick Trip?
Looking at all your Quick Trip employees. I have my BKFC shirt on. I have the beard. We walk up and the guy at the register looks at me and goes, "Oh, I was at the last BKFC show here in Wichita." And then looks over at Jess. "Your fight was amazing. I remember you." And I'm sitting here like pulling my shirt down, like. And he goes, "Yeah, I loved you guys, and the main event, those were exciting. Co-main was a little bit of a letdown. It's like those two were hugging each other." "Well, excuse me, sir, do you remember what those two looked like?" "Oh yeah, it was a big black guy and a short, stocky little white guy." "Yeah, did the white guy have like any distinguishing features? Like a beard?" "Yeah, he had a really long beard." "Did he have ink? Did it look kind of like this?" "Yeah, the cashier on the other side is now laughing her ass off." "Yeah, your total's going to be $1.97. You have a wonderful day."
Wow.
See, I was hoping what he was going to do was see your shirt and then immediately go, "Do you know Jessica Lee?"
No, so
No, he immediately recognized.
But he did recognize
we
her.
were in
so.
Biloxi, Mississippi, and there was. We were outside the venue. We're in Biloxi, Mississippi, and again, one of the guys who was working for the promotion sees his shirt and goes, points at me. "Oh, hey, you just fought, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And he's talking to me. Didn't even acknowledge his existence.
Oh, Spawn, what do we have here?
That's gotta be crazy. That is like.
I'm going to throw you in the trash.
So Sam,
Yeah.
what do you have for our combat royalty over there?
I'm just impressed. Like, they walked in. I mean, I was expecting some throwdown here from the clown man, but no, just impressed. I mean, you guys are for real. I can tell just how you handle yourself and how you guys talk about your stuff. Like, this is, I didn't know this really existed. So I just the fact that you trained with Andy, it's amazing.
Yep, I've been with Andy for, the entire time I've been doing this. I cross-train, I go to other gyms. Like, I work at another gym. So he had wrestling guys, you might know him, Tyler Stinson. I actually work for him, but he used to train under Andy a
Tyler
little
was
bit.
a pro wrestler there, Clark.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You might know. I don't know. But I train under him sometimes because I work for him. So I kind of bounce around a lot. I just scheduling, I work wherever I can. But Andy definitely has been my main coach for a while. When it comes to BKFC, I actually train under Ross Purity.
Yes.
For unknowing minds here, Ross Purity was the 1998 WBC World Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Oh wow.
Beat up one of the Klitschko's and took the belt.
There
Wow.
we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is my boxing coach. So when it comes to BKFC, I train with him because it's boxing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work with the best boxing coach
Yes.
I can find, and he
Yes.
is one of the best you can find. So that's who I've been working with primarily right now. But yeah, anytime it's Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever, I'm with Andy.
Is it hard when you go to just bare knuckle boxing to not kick someone in the face or like shoot or something?
Not really, just because I spend my entire camp, like, it doesn't matter if I go into Andy's gym where they're doing kickboxing, I put on my boxing shoes, I don't put on my shin guards, and I tell whatever drill he says to do, whatever partner I'm with, hey, no, we're going to modify it and just do hands. So I spend at least 6+ weeks only doing hands. So it's not
Wow.
I make the adjustment pretty easily. I know others haven't. I've seen in BKFC where people have, like, last weekend we had someone do a hip toss, but I think that was he was getting the snot beat out of him, so I think that was just the last
Just
ditch
a way
effort
to
get a break.
yeah.
But I've seen people struggle with it, or when someone goes to the ground, they follow and try and ground and pound. That's not legal. But I don't think I struggle with it too much.
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy. Well, so I'm a real fair weather MMA fan. I admit, like, I like a big card, I'll go. I mean, I think it's awesome. I don't pay attention to it as much. But I remember a long time ago, there was this girl named Holly Holm that wasn't really famous. And, well, they used to make fun of her because, like, well, she's a boxer, and she can't do whatever until she kicked, what's her name, in the neck,
She's a a
And-
kickboxing world champion.
Well,
Like,
but they were making fun of her, like, oh, she's a boxer, and that's what she does. And then, she can't.
she dropped Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, she can't contend with Ronda Rousey because she'll go down like, I didn't know who Holly Holm was anyway, but that's all I heard. And then she came out. I was like, oh, that's so I thought of that one.
Yeah, by far one of my favorites. Like simply because she's, she's older. She's still competitive. She's still in the UFC fighting.
Yes.
I just idol status. Like she's fantastic.
So Cluck, you're not going to mess with her, are you?
No, I want to go watch her beat up somebody. Yeah, I'm going to watch both of them. Yeah, that's a thing.
Will Gary go?
Well, Gary's going to be locked up. Well, I can't take you in public. You embarrass me. Oh, whatever. You're staying in the box, Gary.
Staying in the box, Gary.
You might come to the... I might even let you ride in the car if it's special.
Dang
Oh,
it.
whatever.
Well, this has been a blast. Thank you guys for coming in.
Of course.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
What have you guys thought of this whole thing?
Still processing.
You're still
Yeah.
processing. What have you got? What do you guys think?
Oh my goodness.
As soon as she stopped the car.
And then
I know what neighborhood we're in.
And then the clown came to bring you.
I think actually my first and only words when he opened the door and came out, I think I just said, Jesus Christ.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yes, that's all.
That's common for
That's-
him.
Yep.
yeah.
If you notice, it was just a one-word response when I responded to you, and it was just, something's going to happen. Okay, let's go with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing I saw. I didn't know where to go, and then a clown was outside. I was like, I think I'm here.
And usually this won't have as much sting because she's not here. Spawn will laugh because he knows that it'll get back to her and she'll beat me up. But usually if there's a clown outside, it's because Brittany is here. But the thing is,
Oof.
so Cluck the Clown, DJ Spawn, we've got our guests. Before we let you guys go, how do we buy tickets from you and get involved with this whole thing?
So if you are local-ish, even if you're not, if you're going to physically come into the show, you can hit me up for tickets. You can find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, shoot me a message. I will get you tickets. That is how we get paid. I will sell you tickets in person. If not, you can get them from the venue, I guess. It's fine. But if you're going in person, buy from a fighter. Even if it's not from me, buy from a fighter. That's part of how we get paid. Plus, you don't have to pay the extra fees on the tickets. Or, if you're not local and you can't go to the show, go to my Instagram page. There's a link on my bio. You can watch the pay-per-view for $4.99.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Woof.
Look at that.
That's cool.
Holy smokes.
If you're in the Manhattan area, hit me up.
Or hit her up and she'll drive to Manhattan. Okay, so before we let you guys go, how do we get a hold of you guys on social media, websites, all these things?
I'm super easy to find because I don't use, just my name. My name's on there. Instagram, Facebook, that's really all I use, but I'm super easy to find. Google my name, I think I'm the only one.
Google my name.
I just Google my name.
That's literally the same for me. The only thing you get is like an 1800s watchmaker and me.
Wow.
I wasn't born in the 1800s, so I was basic deductive reasoning.
Wow. Okay, Sam, how do we find Petty Cash?
Petty Cash does have a Facebook page. It's called Petty Cash.
We're simple creatures, okay?
Simple
We're
creatures.
simple over here.
So, Cluck, you're in a children's book.
Oh, are we talking about me now?
You're in a children's book. You do.
Hey,
You've got your,
Gary, hold
your
this.
wrestling stuff.
Just
You're
hold it.
all
Be
over the
quiet,
place.
Gary. So, little cowboy Justin meets Cluck the Clown.
Oh no.
This is a real book.
I mean, I
Miss,
see it, but
oh, yeah, of course. Miss Andrews wrote it. Author
Yes.
Andrews, who's amazing.
Yep.
We've come together to collaborate a bunch of books together.
Yep.
We have a lot in line. There's been released 7 titles so far that we have in the works. The next one will be, this is Cluck the Clown. That's the next book. It'll go into the story of me and how I was created in the world, you know. stuff and things about me.
Stuff things about you.
Yeah. My dad was the original Cluck. I took over after he passed away. So I've been running it nonstop. Do a lot of independent wrestling. Yay! I can't say companies right now. Yay! All my opinions are my opinions. Don't reflect anything that have to do with WWX. Let's get that out there right now. Okay. Yay!
So, Cluck, how do we get your books and get involved with what you're doing?
Amazon, Independent Publications. You can get them on both, or you can go to Prison City Extreme Productions, where we do our podcast, and we talk about everything and anything every Sunday at 6 o'clock. You should know that. You've been on that.
Yes, I've been on that. And
Yeah.
then DJ Spawn.
Whoa. This isn't about DJ Spawn yet. We ain't done. You ain't going to kick me off yet, Jiggy. Whoa, Jiggy. No. This is that moment, Jiggy. This is that moment we were talking about. That moment where I was like, hey, Jiggy, if I ever get an opportunity, I'm going to say something. Kind of like that public apology I want from somebody. Hey, Merrick McBall.